Bottomless Pete by Shuck. Near where I grew up, there's an old abandoned quarry, at the lowest point of which lies a bottomless pit. Everyone called it Bottomless Pete. If there is a bottom, it must house a fortune in coins. Drop down to see if they made a sound. None ever did. It isn't very wide, maybe an adult's shoulder width. Maybe it was once a borehole, but boy is it weird. If you stuck your hand inside, it felt freezing cold. The air smelled stale when you got too close. Sometimes you'd hear voices calling from the depths. In days past, murderers were allegedly dropped down into the pit, their wrists and ankles bound. It was said that a local farmer disposed of his nagging wife this same way. Maybe a grown-up wouldn't fall all the way down, screaming into oblivion. Maybe it was too narrow. Maybe they'd get stuck halfway. I'm unsure which fate would be worse. My father, who was all the family I had, forbid me to play near the pit. He was not a superstitious man, but I knew that Bottomless Pete scared him. Though, of course, Bottomless Pete's lure was too tempting to a kid. I'd spent endless summer afternoons probing its mysterious depths, alongside my best friend Tammy. My father didn't like me playing with Tammy because she was poor. I mean, I was poor, but Tammy was dirt poor. Her mom was a deadbeat who didn't care if Tammy was alive or dead. One day, whilst we basked in the hot quarry rocks beneath the August Alabama sun, Tammy suggested that we lower one of our new walkie-talkies into Bottomless Pete, with the push-to-talk button taped down, to see what we could hear. It took some convincing, but soon Tammy was slowly lowering the walkie-talkie down, tightly tied to an old climbing robe. Holding the other walkie-talkie to my ear, I heard a rising, high-pitched wind, but no words. Suddenly, Tammy yelped and dropped the rope, claiming it had been yanked from her grasp. I was very upset, and Tammy offered to explain what happened to my father, taking the blame herself, but I refused. I bravely faced my father's wrath alone, though he'd been drinking, which made him meaner. He yelled at me for hours about respect and responsibility, and I knew Tammy was listening from just outside the house. I was grounded for a week, and so I didn't learn straight away that Tammy had vanished. There wasn't much of a fuss. The police said she'd probably just run away. I also didn't learn straight away that my father had blocked Bottomless Pete with several big rocks wedged in tightly. Nobody ever saw Tammy again, but I heard her every night through my walkie-talkie, telling me she's fine, telling me it's neat down Bottomless Pete, telling me to join her. Every night for 30 years, though her voice hasn't aged a day, the push-to-talk button at her end must still be taped down, because I can't talk back.